As a quick summary of Part 1, the majority of groups in adult education are open, multi-level, with students ranging from 16 to 24 years old with either learning disabilities or difficulties. So with this in mind, how can we lighten our load with learning situations? It all starts with your students. If you present them with learning situations that are meaningful, connected to their interests and concerns, using tools from everyday life, they will probably engage in their learning and want to do more learning situations. Your students need to know, right from the start, what is expected of them and how they will be assessed. The more connections that they can make between what is expected of them and the work they do in class, the more it will make sense for them to invest their time and effort. I've heard many students say that they don't want to do work outside of the book because they have no time to waste. Well, their equation is quite simple. Finish the book equals pass the exam. To help them see things differently, let them know that the book, learning situations, workshops, grammar exercises, games, etc. are all different learning tools that are necessary to successfully complete the course. One way to help students keep track of what they've done and what they still have left to do is to use a student follow-up folder. Now, each student has their own folder with their work and assignments. For example, reading and listening activities, strategies, learning situations, quizzes, etc. This will help you and them to see their progress on a day-to-day basis. Choosing one color per level will also allow you to quickly identify your students' level when doing group work and will allow them to identify other students they can call on for help if ever you are busy with someone else. For group learning situations, keep it simple. Complex does not mean complicated. Start with shorter learning situations that can be completed within a learning block of 2 or 3 hours. For individual or pair work, the learning situation could be a little bit longer, but please do set a time limit. Have a variety of learning situations on hand that you can pick, choose, and adapt according to your students' interests and learning needs. To find your amazing learning situations, well, lighten your load by sharing the fun. Share the work of finding, creating, or adapting learning situations with your network of like-minded teachers. You did something in class and it went really well? Well, share it. You did something in class and it went really wrong? Well, share that too. Someone might pick up the idea, recycle it, and make it into something totally amazing. For multi-level classes, it's possible to adapt the same learning situation for different levels. A little bit of tweaking here, a little bit of tweaking there, modify the problem situation, change the final production, add or remove certain tasks, assign certain roles for specific levels, and voila! You've just created a multi-level learning situation that your whole class can enjoy. You're not sure if the learning situation will be interesting? Well, try doing it yourself. This will help you to see if all of the links work, if there are specific tools that need to be explained, if you should provide a private space for your students to practice their presentation or to have group discussions. And you can also see if there's a time in the learning situation where you're asking yourself, excuse me, but why am I doing this task? And if you do ask yourself that, well, probably your students will ask themselves the same question. So you might want to modify that one before handing it out to your students. Okay, so here's some last-minute advice collected from the survey of Super Shermans. Share what you find, create, and observe with a network of like-minded teachers. Know your program of study. This will help you for differentiated learning and also to adapt learning situations for multi-level groups. Let your students know right from the start what is expected of them. Tell them before they start the learning situation. Start small. Build your confidence. So start and experiment if you want with smaller groups, and as you get better, you can make your groups bigger and bigger. Find techno helpers amongst your students. If they're good with technology, well, ask them to be your technical support student. While they help and show other students what they know, you lighten your load and are free to help other students with other needs. Last but not least, just do it. Don't wait for that perfect day when all of the perfect conditions are aligned to give your students learning situations. Just do it. The more you will do some in class, the easier it will become. So lighten your load and let your students do the work. Thanks for watching.